So far, Fortnite Chapter 4 isn't just the most fun I've ever had playing Fortnite, but probably the most fun out of any game ever. But first, with the new season comes a new battle pass that includes a bunch of awesome skins for you to unlock as you level up, which can take forever since you need almost 10 million XP. The good news is, everyone who hits the thumbs up button on this video on the count of 3 will get a free 4 million XP. 3, 2, 1, hey, there you go. Enjoy your XP. For anything like me, then you spent the first few days of Chapter 4 doing nothing but playing around on the new dirt bikes, and maybe even a little time spent exploring the new island. Because of that, I guarantee you failed to notice one of the best new additions that has to do with one of our favorite things in all of Fortnite. But first, look how close we are to 4.32 million subscribers. We couldn't be any closer. Truly would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button and be my 4,320,000 subscriber. Last video, I asked you guys to name this emote, and there's a bunch of people on the screen right now who got it right. For this video, we have a new emote. If you know the name of this, make sure to leave it down below in the comments. We've wasted too much time. We have a massive hidden secret that you absolutely need to see. Let's hop into a game and let's get into it. Now, before we hop in game and show you the massive secret everybody missed, first things first, that's not the only secret that's hidden on the brand new Chapter 4 island, because I'm sure we all remember, just a few days ago, we witnessed the Fractured live event where the 0 point itself had become extremely damaged, and with our entire map being destroyed by the Herald, it had to rebuild an entirely new island all on its own by collecting a bunch of different pieces and fragments of old islands and bringing them together to form a new one. Now, don't forget, the 0 point has been a main part of the Fortnite storyline for literally as long as I can remember. During the live event, I thought it would be the last time we ever see it because it didn't look to be going very well at all. When Chapter 4 came out, it looked like that was pretty much spot on because the 0 point has always been located at the very center of the island, and in Chapter 4, it was nowhere to be found. But all hope was not lost because you may have noticed sometimes around the map, you'll begin to hear a very weird sound, and that sound will actually be a rift opening up, depositing some weird items that are actually from totally different realities than the one we have here in Chapter 4. And basically, this is all done by the 0 point rifting in different items into our reality, meaning that the 0 point hasn't been destroyed and it's still fully active. That's not even the half of it, boys, because we're here inside a creative on the Battle Royale Island. We're going to check something out very interesting, and I highly recommend you check this out for yourself. It's right outside of the gas station, where at first, you're able to see something that looks to be a hatch of some form on top of the ground. Now, things get even more mysterious when you pay close attention to the sound it makes. Now, you should recognize that sound. It should sound very familiar because that's the exact sound that the 0 point has made for the last couple seasons. According to Fortnite leakers, you're even supposed to be able to hear the OG Fortnite theme song. Now, it's pretty obvious, and I'm sure you figured it out by now, but underneath this hatch actually lies the 0 point. But now here we are in replay mode, where we have literally glitched underneath the Chapter 4 island, and the goal here is to hopefully get a better look at the 0 point underneath that hatch. So we found the spot. As you can see, my character's chilling there, and you can see the hatch below him. But if we actually glitch under the map and look at it, it doesn't look like the 0 point is actually here. I'm sure that's just because they didn't add it yet, because they didn't expect us to glitch under the map. But yeah, now you know where the 0 point is located, and I guarantee it's gonna do something awesome. And don't worry, I'm just about to show you the biggest secret on the entire island. But first, we need to take a second and talk about the Herald, who was the main antagonist of last season. During then, she became more and more powerful by siphoning the energy directly from the 0 point until she eventually became powerful enough to destroy our entire reality. And by now, I'm sure we've all noticed that the Herald tree is actually present on the Chapter 4 island. And the reason she's inside a tree is because during the live event, the Herald actually made the reality tree become fully chrome, and she merged and became one with it. Which leads me to think that the only reason Epic Games added the Herald tree onto the island was just a nice little memento of that time we defeated her. Believe me when I say that couldn't be more wrong, and I'll show you as we're here back in creative on the Battle Royale Island. We're literally in the dead center of the Chapter 4 map. That is where you're able to find the Herald tree. Now, if you think this is essentially the dead body of the Herald or a nice little grave for her, you're totally wrong. Just check this out. If we actually make our way towards the back side of the tree, you're able to notice there is a giant hole there. And it's been confirmed through the Fortnite game files that that hole is actually where the Herald escaped, meaning that the Herald isn't dead or not even close if she had enough health to make it out of there. The only thing I'm struggling to understand is with the Herald being so incredibly evil, would the 0 point during Zero Fusion decide to grab the Herald and bring her to our new island? Part of me thinks that since the Herald actually absorbed so much of the 0 point's energy, that she became powerful enough to actually bring herself to the new island, and I can only imagine that she's gonna make her return in one of the upcoming seasons. But now it's time for by far the biggest secret in all of Chapter 4 that has to do with one of our favorite characters, if you can even call it that, in all of Fortnite history, being the friendly dinosaur known as Klombo. Now don't forget, the first time Klombo was ever added into Fortnite was actually during Chapter 3 Season 1, but he wasn't there when the chapter first came out, because you'll remember, we actually had these mysterious Klombo mounds located around the island, and it wasn't until about halfway through the season that he eventually made his way out of the mound and onto the Fortnite map. Now you can't forget, all thanks to the Haven NPC that was located on the Chapter 3 island, found out that the only reason Klombos appeared on the island was due to a strange flash of light, and the strange flash of light the Haven was referring to was during the end of Chapter 2 event when the Cube Queen shot up into the sky, connecting us to the last reality, meaning Klombos themselves are from the last reality, which is pretty weird to think about since they're so incredibly friendly. But then Chapter 3 Season 2 happened, where we received the Collision Live event, and that same flash of light shot up into the sky, connecting us to the last reality, but unfortunately had the exact opposite of the effect it had the first time and removed the Klombos from the island altogether. But now here we are in Fortnite Chapter 4, where another live event has just went down, and we were once again connected to the last reality. Right when the season came out, I started looking for Klombo Man. I didn't really expect him to be anywhere on the map like in his normal form. What I was really looking for was one of those Klombo mounds, because every time Klombo has came back or arrived in the game, it's been through one of the Klombo mounds. It wasn't nearly as easy as I thought, because as we all know, Battle Lab has been vaulted in Chapter 4, meaning I had to spend a lot of time in creative mode, which isn't honestly all that convenient, at least when compared to the Battle Royale mode. But after spending literally a full hour searching for a Klombo mound, I wasn't able to find any. Then I realized, you remember, when Chapter 3 ended, we did have Klombo on the map, he just wasn't alive. It was the skull version of Klombo that was located right by the Winterfest cabin, that if you remember, the Fortnite Islanders, or the Loopers, actually decided to save by attaching a bunch of balloons to it so it wouldn't become chrome. And then during the Fracture Live event, while the 0 point entered Zero Fusion and was pulling in all the parts of the brand new island, we actually saw that exact little slice of land where the Winterfest cabin and Klombo's head was floating through outer space towards the new island. So once I realized there weren't any of the Klombo mounds on the map, I then started searching for the Winterfest cabin, because that would likely mean the Klombo skull would be located there as well, which definitely wouldn't be the best news, because obviously we like Klombo alive more than dead, but at least then we would have some answers as to what actually happened to Klombo. So I basically restarted the entire journey and tore apart basically the entire Chapter 4 map, looking for at the very least signs of the Winterfest cabin, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I found a bunch of buildings that look like it could be the Winterfest cabin, but when you go inside, there's literally no Christmas decorations, which is weird because we know we're gonna be getting the Winterfest event in just a couple of days, as you can see from all these leaked images of it. So it's honestly very, very odd that we weren't able to find the actual cabin anywhere on the island, which also means we weren't able to find Klombo's skull. But here's the thing, on the Chapter 4 map, we have a ton of areas that are literally completely covered with frozen ice. I'm sure you guys remember in Chapter 3, where Tilted Towers started the chapter out where it was fully covered in ice. So I guess there is a chance that Klombo could be somewhere on the map, and as the map continues to melt, he may end up being revealed. Maybe we could even see him involved in a live event, because as you'll remember, the Polar Peak monster was actually trapped inside of ice before he was unleashed. One thing's for sure, Epic Games is definitely going to be bringing Klombo back because they know we love him, and as soon as he returns, I'll make a tweet on my Twitter account at HomelyGamesYT. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.